Like, that's highly disrespectful, and it's weird and very disrespectful. And according to People News, they say that he's been arrested on nearly 500 charges, including 100 counts of abuse of a corpse after skeletal remains allegedly discovered in his home. So
you got 500 charges, including 100 counts of abuse of a corpse. Like, for what? Like, I genuinely just want to know, what was your motive, gang? Because the only motive that I can see from this is you just being a creep. Point blank. I say, what's good, YouTube? I say, what's good, YouTube? I say, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy 3 Stacks. Say, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy 3 Stacks. What's good, YouTube? It's time to react. And today we have a video titled, They Found 100 Corpses in His House. I don't even got too much to say, but let's get right into it.
At least 100 human bodies were found in this man's home just yesterday, and he had stolen these corpses from cemeteries. This is a very disturbing story, and it's a developing story that's just breaking.
And all I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, is who could have possibly seen this one coming? I mean, who could have seen it? It's not like bro looks like a certified grave digger. It's not like bro looks like he's into some highly freaky, disturbing shit. Brother definitely does not look like any type of sociopath, any type of psychopath. He looks perfectly healthy and fine and rational. With those eyes staring at me into my soul right now definitely do not give off serial killer vibes.
This man is 34-year-old Jonathan Christian Gerlach. He is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and this is the cemetery that he was stealing bodies from, Mount Moriah.
I just gotta say, why does it always feels like...
So he was stealing them? So he's not even a killer, he just... Okay.
The creepiest shit always tends to happen in the Northeast. This guy's from Philadelphia, PA, across the way from Jersey, where I'm from. And if you guys know anything about the tri-state area, New York City, New York, Jersey, Delaware, Virginia, debatably, you all already know the weather's kind of gloomy during the fall and the winter time, of which we are in. It's cold, it's gloomy, snowy, rainy, so it kind of adds to the whole creepy, horror-filled aesthetic that this guy's clearly got going on. And by the way, he actually apparently had a whole Instagram page by the name of Dead Shit Daddy, where he was literally stealing people's skeletons, I guess their corpses, sort of dissecting, breaking them apart, and posting them to his aesthetic, horror-filled Instagram page. And my God, the things that I'm seeing right now is just crazy. A lot of these things, you know, just scrolling through Instagram, you wouldn't, you know, think anything of it until, you know, they finally get exposed. What does this say? Some kind of gorilla chimp skull? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of creepy shit on this guy's page, and here we have this photo of him. Yeah, he's basically cooked. I hear he's facing 500 charges right now. All the evidence is on his page, man. Genuinely, this guy was a creep show. And yeah, the comments are kind of going crazy. Somebody said, how's prison freaky? I don't think he's in prison yet. Of course, some girl says so fine, yeah.
Mount Moriah Cemetery is infamous because it is sort of abandoned. I used to live in Philadelphia, and I actually filmed a video for my YouTube at this cemetery because it is so abandoned. I had never visited a place quite like this that was so overgrown, but the things found inside Jonathan's home were shocking. Like I said before, over 100 sets of human remains, human skulls, human skeletons, some of which belong to children.
That is crazy, man. How many years do you guys think it took for this guy to dig up hundreds of skeletons from an abandoned...
I mean, I wouldn't know, but I would think that it took a little minute to dig up one. So you telling me that, bro, what do you do? Like, what do you do for a job? Like, do you work? You have to work. Like, I don't know where you, like, you gotta work cemetery something, gang. Cause like, for you to have enough time to dig up 100 people from a cemetery, gang, you gotta have a lot of free time on your hands, bro.
Cemetery like this. I mean, are there no security cameras? Crazy. Was it completely abandoned? No security cameras? No security guards? You know, I'm just gonna assume he was obviously doing this in the dead of night, midnight to 4 a.m. in the morning, where everybody's pretty much asleep. And you know, the comments on TikTok are going crazy. People are saying septum ring theory strikes again. Bree said, I met him countless times. We used to work at Hot Topic. Oh my God, Hot Topic. How predictable. Goth, emo looking. man. Dark, creepy aesthetic, septum, black work tattoos, the rings, the skull on his... Listen, man, you know the crazy thing is? My editor, Chris, literally fits this type of demographic, but he's a good guy. As far as I know, he's not into harboring skeletons in his closet. And actually, I am a fan of this look myself. It's just like, it seems to me that certain people not only adopt the look, but they also make it a part of their personality to the point to where they actually have to get into creepy shit. And you know, just looking at all these photos, these were actual living real people. These are not like fake prosthetic molds. These are real, genuine human skulls of which this man stole and dug up. Like, this is some Dexter type shit, some Hannibal type shit, some Ed Gein, the famous American serial killer who used to, I think, dig up dead people's bodies, specifically women, and cut their faces off and wore them as masks.
Prosecutors said that it was like walking into
What? Gang. Yo.
a house of horrors. Bones, skeletons lining the walls. And they stated that some of the skeletons are 200 plus years old.
That is crazy, man. 200 plus years old, desecrating someone's coffin like that. What is wrong with you, man? You know, for someone who's into a hobby like this, and I assume is into the... I mean, look at this photo. This is crazy, bro. I am going to assume that he is spiritual in some way, shape, or form, and he probably believes in ghosts as well, the supernatural. Knowing that, why would you desecrate people's bodies like this? Are you not afraid of being haunted? And it looks like he was not only into human skulls, he was into the skulls of animals. Is this... I don't know. I can't... These are like big canines right here, so I'm going to assume some kind of primate, maybe? Other primate? Oh, they say monkey skulls, okay. And one baby bobcat skull, okay. So not entirely sure if he bought these online. Here we have some other photos. I'm just scrolling down like, what is this? A mummified kitten, number 5 available, DM. I mean, this is crazy, man. Genuinely crazy. Like, it's so... I'm not opposed to people having hobbies like this. Very morbid, but at the same time, if you have to actually have people's consent for this. Honestly, I don't think you should be digging up people's coffins, their graves, man. I know hospitals and museums, they have certain skulls in their facilities for documentary purposes, scientific research, and technically he may be technically doing the same thing, but brother in Christ, you were literally heading into an abandoned cemetery where people were just resting for the rest of their eternity and digging their shit up.
Recently had noticed a number of grave robbings taking place here at Mount Moriah, and so the police actually set up a sting operation. And lo and behold, a few days ago in the middle of the night in the complete darkness, the police caught Jonathan. And when they apprehended Jonathan, they found that he had a bag on him containing 30 sets of human remains. And it's a little unclear in the reporting, but they stated that these were the skeletons of children. I don't know if these were all children's bodies he had been stealing.
This is crazy, man. I'm reading a comment here from Madame Kitty. She says, yet nothing bad is said about archaeologists who dig up Egyptian tombs. Ma'am, how the...
Ma'am, you might actually be slow. Like, you might actually be slow. Like, that's for historical purposes, to understand the history of our world. He does this for pleasure. Lock in, bro.
Are you comparing this man digging up the skeletal remains of children and other people who did not consent to this, nor did their family members or anybody else responsible for them in their lineage, to that of archaeologists, actual scientists getting consent from the Egyptian government for kings and queens and royalty that were alive thousands of years ago? In one situation, the scientists have consent from the actual government for large historical figures that can contribute to the database of human knowledge. And on the other hand, you have a rogue individual who's into morbid shit that doesn't benefit society at all, aside from his morbid curiosity. I'm just confused as to why she's trying to defend this guy. And a comment below says, what kind of research do you think this guy was doing? Like, ma'am. Honestly, this just lets me know. Attach a conventionally attractive guy that fits the mold for the aesthetic that certain women like this like, and they're gonna give this shit a pass. Because if this guy was ugly as fuck, if he was a creep show, if he was fat and looked like a kitty diddler, she probably would not be saying this shit. I promise you. And by the way, I believe there are certain people out there who don't even like archaeologists digging up the tombs of ancient Egyptians either. So technically, there are groups of people out there who do speak bad about archaeologists. But anyway.
Nonetheless, it was a gruesome discovery. Authorities also announced that they found an additional 8 sets of human remains in a nearby storage unit. And because this is a developing story, they don't know how many bodies in total they're about to find. They don't know exactly who these skeletons belong to. They don't know how long they've been there. They also don't know if any of these skeletons were possible victims of this guy's. Those are all just questions that we have right now. And
so I don't know. So does he like dig it up and then like put the dirt back? Like I don't like, cause I don't think there's no way to do this stealthily. Like unless he actually like I don't know, bro. Like that's not even up. That's not up for me to even try to make sense of. Like, bro, you got it.
No motive has been released either. I don't know why this guy was stealing these remains. Nobody does. They haven't made any announcements relating to that. But the details of this case...
Well, you know, all this is perfectly fine. Madam Kitty on TikTok believes that this is akin and similar to what archaeologists are doing, you know? This man was just a rogue individual archaeologist doing research for the betterment of human knowledge. No. And of course, the comment section are saying septum theory truly is undefeated. Septum ring theory. Can't wait for this Netflix movie. Ed Gein type-ish. America is sick. Now, let's not blame the country as if this type of shit hasn't happened all over the world. Additionally, I'm now finding out that all these skulls that he was collecting, he was actually selling to his clientele, to his client base. So everything that you see here, I think most of it listed, he had like links to where you could buy them. So say if you came across this page and, you know, you saw a recent post that you wanted to buy, like let's say this, it would say available, a much older archaeological individual. If you know, you know, swipe it, DM it. He was selling this stuff on his Instagram page. It also says provenance and forensic documentation of human.
And he has 14.6K followers. So that means that there's this many people who probably liked what he was doing. So it probably even enabled him to do it even more because he felt like he had an audience. And shoot, he might have been getting paid off of selling his stuff. So he had all the time on his hands because that was his money maker. No wonder he was freaking getting 100 bodies. Because he was, man, you know what, gang? Bro, there's so many other ways to make money, brother. There's so many other ways, bro.
Animal remains, curator of specimens, pathology, and osteology, reports validation and private consultation. Listen, I have no problem with people into anthropology, archaeology, the study of animal creatures, you know, the study of skeletal remains and bones and all that. I have no problem with that. But I'm just saying, like, dog, obviously don't go to a cemetery, a graveyard, and dig up the remains of people's family members. What's wrong with you? You know, if you just so happen to find fossilized remains somewhere out there in the wild, and I guess you get the approval of a government body, the state, to preserve and keep them in some kind of creepy way, I guess go for it. But I don't know how you can defend this. This is like going to a graveyard around the corner in your neighborhood, pulling up to a 150-year-old tombstone and just start digging away to collect somebody's great grandparents' skeletal remains and taking them home. Like, that's highly disrespectful, and it's weird and very disrespectful. And according to People News, they say that he's been arrested on nearly 500 charges, including 100 counts of abuse of a corpse after skeletal remains allegedly discovered in his home. So
you got 500 charges, including 100 counts of abuse of a corpse. Like, for what? Like, I genuinely just want to know, what was your motive, gang? Because the only motive that I can see from this is you just being a creep. Point blank.
500, bro, charges. Imagine attaching 1 year to each of these charges. Bro, life in prison, essentially. And to quickly read this, they say Jonathan Gerlach, 34, was arrested on Tuesday, January 6th. So like 5 days ago, at Mount Moriah Cemetery in Yeadon, Pennsylvania. Delaware County District Attorney Tanner Rouse said in a statement, according to Rouse, authorities executed a search of Gerlach's Ephrata, Pennsylvania home, where they allegedly found hundreds of skeletal remains. On Thursday, January 8th, Gerlach was subsequently charged with 496 counts, including 100 counts of abuse of a corpse, 100 counts of theft by unlawful taking, and 100 counts of receiving stolen property. The remaining 196 counts, including 26 counts of burglary, 26 counts of criminal trespass, 26 counts of intentional desecration of a public monument, 26 counts of intentional desecration of a venerated object, 26 counts of intentional desecration of historical lots and burial places, and 26 counts of criminal mischief. So yeah, buddy is actually cooked. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this story? This is crazy. Guy, what the fuck? Like, next time, you know, if you ever get out and you still have this.
No, don't even let him out. Don't even let him out. Just leave him in there, for real. Leave him in there. Let him dig around in the cell. Let him do that. But without further ado, it's your boy 3 Station IQ 3000. Thank y'all for staying to the end of the video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all. God bless. And on to the next one. Peace.
I got big packs coming on the way. I got big stacks coming out to save. I got Lil Max with me, he the wave. It's a big gap between us in the game. next life, I'm trying to stay paid. When I die, put my money in the